Hello and welcome to Real Hi-Fi Help. Well, let's take a look at Monitor Audio. How's the sound from that company? Well, it's kind of interesting, They look pretty okay. Their speakers pretty well priced. You get a good amount of value, but I have to say that I have quite a bit to say about this brand. It is kind of a misunderstood type of sound. What I mean is that there's just something deep hidden in the abyss, something really good, especially with a lot of the models arranged at the top. I would say that starting from the PL200 and then up, especially those. But are you really good enough to bring out that sound? Because that standard plug and play sound is just a nightmare. It's just completely out of phase, farting a lot of sound waves out. And I just feel that the monitor audio that we hear at stores, at shows, is just a disgrace. It sounds so far from the optimal monitor audio sound. And I heard it at a friend's place. I heard it. It took a lot of time tuning it in, and my God, does it sound amazing. But yeah, it kind of sounds a bit different on the lower level, just like with most speaker brands, They don't invest a lot of money in the lower models compared to the more expensive models, just like other brands. And so you kind of want to go for the PL200 models and upwards. So PL200 and PL300, those are like the monitor audio speakers that I recommend. And I think that most likely, I'm usually right about this, but most likely that Roxanne, Yamaha, and YBA in the mid-class, I think that would usually be a very good matching of gear with monitor audio. Just you have to know that it's just one of those brands where there is a huge amount of detail kind of waiting for you on the other side. But yeah, like I've written, you have to be kind of a gold digger, meaning that you just have to be incredibly stubborn and determined. And then you'll probably end up taming them, and then they'll just sound amazing, sound awesome. So, kind of incredible. Just lots of potential. But yeah, setting it up in a normal way with normal gear, you would typically get a very bright, out of phase type of sound where it's just like sending sound waves all over the place, and you're just not really sure because there's so much detail and you don't really know what to think about it. So yeah, personally, I just still wouldn't really buy them. I would personally go for the more sexy Martin design Bird 2 speaker. I still think that even though it costs more, probably like 2 times more, I still think that resolution and that cutting down to the very bone of the sound, and that that ceramic type of sound is just more appealing than this. There is still a tiny bit of plastic sound relating to the overall monitor audio sound, and that would make it difficult really getting close to that detail without it being too much somehow. So huge potential, huge potential indeed. There is a lot there. I think some people would get a lot of value out of monitor audio speakers, especially the mentioned ones, the PL200, the PL300s. And but they're just really difficult, that they're really difficult to tame. So I really don't know if I could recommend monitor audio, even though that it would potentially sound good with a lot of transistor gear and a lot of tube gear. Hard to say, hard to say. There is just a lot of detail waiting on the other side if you're really good, if you're really, really good. So, yeah, I mean, it's it's a pretty good brand. They get up there with some of the best brands when you really break through that wall. And but then we're still talking about the lower models of Martin Design, Peak Consult, and Verity. So yeah, would I do it personally? Not. Personally, I wouldn't do it. But there's a lot to be had. Minus, yeah, like I said, it's that kind of a plasticky membrane movement, bit thin on the sound, a bit light on the sound, especially with the lower models. Could be a bit too punchy and not really fully unloading like a lot of modern speakers. But yeah, it all depends on how good are you. How good are you at taming them? Because there is a lot of huge potential there. So yeah, those are my thoughts, and remember to like and subscribe.